Pharrell Williams starting off our hour on the Eagle 1575, and it's our Captain's Call hour. And we're going to have Navy leadership and a bunch of awesome sailors coming in, telling us what's going on the Navy side of things. Right now, I've got Petty Officer Gomez with me, and she's here to talk about a really cool program that she is now the vice president of. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. My name is Shayla Gomez. I'm the new vice president for NAFRG, as Naval Air Family Readiness Group, and we basically what we are is a private organization, but we are aimed for our NAF sailors and their families, so they can get on board and be part of the command as well.
Okay, so like kind of just get them on board. Haha,
Yes.
sailors.
Yes.
Get them basically together and in the community so they don't feel alone.
They don't feel left out, especially as spouses and kids and everything. We come up with this awesome events, and we do like command picnics, Christmas parties. Last year we had a family fun day, and it was super awesome. All the kids were at the ski lodge, and they were having a great time.
That sounds cute.
And we today have our first meeting at 10 o'clock in Classroom A at Building 980. We encourage all NAF sailors, active duty, and family and spouses, obviously, to come and just join us and see what we're all about.
So is this kind of like a meeting to introduce the organization and also like come up with plans for future events?
Yes. The meeting is basically to introduce ourselves, since we're we're new as vice president, and our president is Patty Blass, and to introduce all our new officers to the rest of the spouses.
Awesome.
That's the main priority for this meeting.
Okay, cool.
But we are encouraging everyone, active duty, again, NAF active duty, and their spouses to come along and join us. A good point of contact for us is Misawa NAFRG at gmail.com. That's our email, official email. You'll get a hold of me. I check that email every 5 seconds. So
good. And you guys, you have a Facebook, right?
Yes, we do have a Facebook page. Come on and like us. It's Naval Air Family Readiness Group on Facebook. Search us. We're right there. Again,
Awesome.
You'll get a response from us whenever you have a question.
Excellent. That's some awesome stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, I'm not a sailor, but it's always good to feel like you're apart and not like isolated from everything else.
Of course, it's a good way to get together with other spouses as well for our families, and you get to see other little kids if you have a family. So come along, and we hope to see you there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in, Petty Officer
Thank
Gomez.
you.
Yay! All right, coming up, we've got some Calvin Harris and the Disciples, but Captain's Call will continue on, so stay tuned to the Eagle for that.
Good morning, Misawa. Thank you for the wonderful introduction there. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about OPSEC. I'm not going to try to bore you too much because I know everybody's kind of sleepy-eyed this morning coming into work, so I don't want you to end up in a snowstorm or something like that somewhere.
True that.
So first I'm going to tell you about a little story about a young man named Seaman Gullible. Seaman Gullible posted on his Facebook that for his birthday he received a brand new TV and an awesome Xbox.
Sweet.
Then he went and spent about $300 on some accessories for it. So then he put all these boxes and stuff on the front lawn, and then he went on leave. And the reason he put them on lawn because he knew the trash guy was going to be there, so he didn't want him sitting in the house the whole time he's on leave. Well, 2 days later, while he was enjoying himself out there hiking around and stuff, his friend told him that his dog wasn't really eating. What can he do? And he said, well, don't worry about it. I'll be home in a few days. Well, when Seaman Gullible returned home, he didn't have a TV, he didn't have an Xbox, and he's missing a lot of other good, fun stuff.
Ooh.
So you might say, Chief, well, how does that do at OPSEC? The guy left his stuff around and just somebody stole it. The thing to remember is the things are related. A terrorist uses the exact same scouting techniques as an experienced thief. He's going to watch, he's going to gather, he's going to collect intel. And when the time comes, he's going to get all the puzzle pieces together, and then he's going to hit you. So that's how the two's related. So the message for me, watch what you write, think before you tweet, because your friend that you never met on Facebook could be a terrorist organization gathering group. You guys have a fine Navy day. Chief Tamatini out.
Oh man, thanks so much for coming in, Chief Tamantini. That was actually good info. I like that analogy. It really worked out for that. Coming up, we've got some Smash Mouth, and then our captain's call will continue on leadership. Right now, I'm here with Petty Officer Larson, and he's going to talk about some awesome, fun event. Hey, what's going on?
So upcoming, we have March 4th is going to be our 4th annual Snow Bowl.
Yo, what's a snowball?
So it's our flag football tournament, and hopefully there's snow.
Yes, I'm hoping. Yeah, there's some now. Why not?
So this tournament is open to anyone. Last year we had about 12 teams participate. We're hoping to get as many as we can. The teams need to have at least 8 people, no more than 15. Let's see. It'll be Friday, March 4th. It'll be a single elimination tournament.
Oh,
and
brutal.
last year, OG Squadron won. So whoever wants to make a team, come out and take the trophy away from them, please.
Okay, so dethrone them essentially.
Absolutely.
Most excellent. Now, this is available for like anyone to join in. So it's cool if you're a sailor, cool if you're an airman, cool if you're like the 3 Army guys that exist on Misawa.
Absolutely, absolutely. The more the merrier. There'll be food and drinks out there. A lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun in the past few years, so we hope to keep the tradition going.
Awesome. Now, where do you sign up?
So you can sign up through me. You can call me at 226-5493, and you can email me at timothy.larson, and that's Larsen,
Ian.
at fe.navy.mil.
Awesome. Good stuff. And there's no entry fee. So basically just gather up your team, message you, and be ready to play some football.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're ready for as many teams as we can get and ready for the turnout. Hopefully it's a good time.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, if AFN had more people, I don't think we have enough to make an 8-person team, honestly. But we would be there. We would totally be down for that. So, yes, get out there, go prove your sports prowess, and just conquer the OG Squadron. Just get it back from them. Thank you so much for coming on, Petty Officer Larson.
Thank you.
All right now we're going to get into some Bruno Mars, and then coming back to Navy's Captain's Call. Right now I've got CMC Snyder with me. Gonna talk about all sorts of things going on the Navy side of things. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. And good morning out there, Misawa. Just wanted to follow up one quick note to what Petty Officer Larson was talking about with the Misawa Snow Bowl. You know, the one requirement that he didn't mention is that everybody on your team should work in your squadron.
Okay.
What we don't want is people going out and picking ringers from every outfit around the base and coming up with the dozen best guys, and that would end up with, it's kind of an unfair competition.
I feel ya.
We're out there for fun, but
what about AFN though? We're too tiny.
well, if you have a very, very small group, if you get together with somebody else, that's fine. In my mind, that's significantly different than going out and recruiting, ringers
like,
from around the
True
the
that,
area.
true that. I can
Anyways,
appreciate that.
just wanted to tag that on because it's about fun and sportsmanship and camaraderie.
Yeah.
It's not really about winning, although the trophy and
It's fun.
the bragging rights, that's fun, but it's more about team building and rivalry and
Right.
and then wanted to say a big thank you to all of our Navy sailors that just got back yesterday from Sapporo. For those of you who may have been living under a rock and not aware of what was going on, the Navy had a team that went up to Sapporo, carved a beautiful sculpture that was in the display up there of the Navy ESWAS pin. And I know that you guys have a video
Yes.
that runs, it's about 35, 40 seconds, something like that. I saw it while I was at the gym riding the bike yesterday on the TV there.
Yes. Petty Officer Kittleson put it all together.
Yeah, and they did a really nice job. It really displays what the sailors did, and I couldn't be more proud. A lot of positive feedback. So I just wanted to send out a big thank you to all the personnel that were involved in that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Moving on, next Friday night, the Navy is having its annual Sailor of the Year banquet at the O Club. That'll start at 1800. This is open to everybody, really, but I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of interest from anybody that's not actually in the Navy.
True.
But it would be fantastic if we could get as many people out as possible, especially from the Navy side. I cannot tell you how much the tickets are. I know that I paid for mine, but I can't remember. Every command has a rep that is selling tickets. Your command leadership should know who those people are. Unfortunately, the ticket sales expire at the end of the day tomorrow. So you
Okay.
have to have purchased your tickets by close of business tomorrow afternoon, or else you're not going to be able to get there. So please find out who your rep is, get the tickets. Make sure your dress blues are pressed, because the uniform for the event is service dress blues with ribbons. And come out and have a good time. Spouses, of course, are welcome. It's not just a service member event. It's service members and spouses. Get out there, have some fun, and help us recognize I think there are 17 or 18 of our sailors. It's the senior sailor, junior sailor, and blue jacket of the year from NAF Misawa and all of the tenant commands. So it's going to be a good time. Please
That's really
go out and
cool.
buy your tickets and show it and have a good time.
Yes, I mean, I'm all about recognizing people for their good work, and this is a great opportunity for that.
It is, and yeah, it's a win for everybody. Just a plug real quick for something that's called the Sure Start. I was at the Solars Elementary School SAC meeting about 2 weeks ago. And there was a Mrs. Susan Atkinson, I think it was from the Church Start program, that was there. And she mentioned that in the next couple of months, they're going to be starting to take applications for Sure Start for the next school year.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
yes.
So that program is for 4-year-old children from a certain target demographic. The prerequisites that are on the flyer that she handed me, she says the enrollment in Sure Start is based on the rank of the sponsor. The target, of course, is E1 to E5 or
Right.
GS1 through 5. Single parent households have priority. Parents who were not a high school graduate when the child was born. Parents who were teenagers when the child was first born. And the list goes on. But if you are a junior sailor, or I suppose junior airman, and or a junior GS,
Yes.
and you have a 4-year-old child or a child that will be 4 years old in the next school year, please do a quick Google search on Sure Start, or contact the Solars Elementary School, and they can put you in touch with Mrs. Atkinson or Mrs. Wright, who run the Sure Start program over there, and they can tell you the process for getting enrolled. So it's a great, great program.
Yeah, it is.
It gives children a leg up, gets them ready to go for elementary school. And there's no downside to it. So if you have a kid that meets the criteria, please think about getting them enrolled in that program.
Yes.
And then a plug for another event that I don't know how I was not aware of this, but yesterday I became aware of a program that I guess it's Mr. Beebe and the Resiliency Council is running. It's a storyteller, Misawa Storyteller event. The previous one seemed to get some really positive feedback from the people that went to it, and the next one is scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, Friday, February 12th, from 15:30 to 16:30 in the Tohoku Club Fault Line. This is open to all active duty and family members as well to come. They will have people come in and present real life stories apparently from their own lives and how they have overcome adversity, and the solutions, I guess, that they found to their problems in an
Right.
effort to help you develop more tools in your tool bag. So
All the guests were really good last time. Like, it was very excellent. They were talking about some deep personal things, but, helping others who might be going through a similar situation and stuff like that. It was really awesome.
yeah, and I don't want I don't want to pretend like I really know what it is because I haven't been. I fully intend to go to this event
Yes.
myself tomorrow now that I know about it. And I'm just encourage all the sailors to get up and go over there tomorrow afternoon as well because it'll be beneficial.
Yes, for sure.
Just a plug for the ombudsman.
That's always hard for me to say, by the way.
Ombudsman.
Ombudsman.
Well, we have a wonderful cast of ombudsmen here in Misawa, and if you are a dependent, well, even an active duty service member, I suppose, could reach out to the ombudsman. The ombudsmen are primarily there to field questions from the dependents, the
Right.
spouses, and serve as a source of information and referral for those members. If you do not know who your command ombudsman is, please contact your command senior enlisted leader, or you can reach out to Mrs. Jennifer Donaldson, who is the NAF ombudsman,
Right.
and she can, if she is not your ombudsman, she can certainly point you in the direction of whoever it is that you should be talking to. But those ladies do an exceptional job, and I can never really say enough good things about the work that they do for us.
They're really
Enough
awesome.
said.
They make that connection a little bit easier.
Yeah. I was talking to some sailors the other day, and just there seems to be the assumption on the part of a lot of sailors that just because we don't have a lot of snow on the ground, that unsafe driving conditions do not exist. So they equate unsafe driving conditions with copious quantities of snow on the ground. And I just wanted to remind everybody that even though there may not be visible snow on the ground, may not be snow on the road, it may not have snowed for a week or more,
Right.
there is still a hazard associated with driving in these conditions because the ice you can't see, and doesn't matter if you have the best snow tires in the world. If you hit ice and you're traveling fast,
You're moving.
you're going to keep moving in the same direction you were moving when you hit that patch of ice, right? So slow down, do not make assumptions, and be safe, and we'll get through this winter with as close to zero casualties as possible.
Yes.
And then before I go, one last plug, and I guess I feel kind of like a plug man, like I'm just plugging all these different things. I don't have anything relevant to say.
You're
It's just-
getting these. That's a lot of good information, a lot of good programs for sailors that
Yeah.
they need to know about it. They might not know.
Absolutely. So, and the last thing that I will plug then is the Navy Honor Guard.
Okay.
These guys go out and do an awful lot of events throughout the course of the year, and in my estimation, the Honor Guard team that we have here is certainly amongst the best that I've ever worked with during my 25 years in the Navy. Unfortunately, a lot of the guys that, a lot of our experience is transferring, is leaving, and we need quality people to backfill into the slots that are being vacated by people that are transferring. So
Right.
if you have any interest in being part of the Navy Honor Guard detail, please contact either Petty Officer Melzacker or Milkerzik, Zachary Milkerzik at AIMD, or Petty Officer Dela Cruz over at Public Works. Those are the two guys that have the lead currently on that detail. And let them know that you're interested. They'll tell you when the team practices are, and you can get out there and represent.
Excellent. So I have a question for you, actually. Is the Navy Honor Guard a totally separate beast from the joint Honor Guard we have on base? Or can they kind of work in tandem with each other?
I would. I don't know how they would work together.
Yeah.
It is in my mind as a completely separate entity. Right?
Okay.
If we have we have sailors that occasionally participate in events with other services, joint
Right.
things, but then we also have it's a dedicated cadre of guys. And
Okay, I feel
for
ya.
the Navy, I don't know if it's the same for the Air Force, but this is a volunteer collateral thing that they do. They're not billeted here
Yep.
as unlike the big honor guard in Washington D.C., where like that's their full time job.
Yes.
They get up in the morning,
That's
you know,
intense.
and they march all day and throw guns around and then have a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's a hard job.
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't want to do it. But they represent us well. The guys that we have over here are just normal working stiffs that get out there and represent. And
Looking sharp.
I appreciate them as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Is there
that's all
any?
I can-
Oh,
No, I was going to say that's my final plug for the morning.
excellent. Oh, we hit all sorts of things, though. Thank you so much for coming in, CMC.
You're very welcome. Always a pleasure.
Excellent. Right now, we're going to listen to some Cake by the Ocean by Dance, and then Captain's Call will continue here on the Eagle.
morning.
Coming up. Good morning.
Well, thanks for having us again today. A little bit got a little bit more time to talk. Our PAO was up goofing off in Sapporo, but no, actually he was part of the snow team that went up there and built the Navy sculpture that Master Chief was talking about. So a great opportunity that we've been doing for a number of years to advertise the Navy in front of that crowd. So
It's super cool.
so he was up there. He's normally the one who gets all the talkative people on the radio, so I don't have to talk. But I got some time this morning, so I'll have
Nice.
to talk a little bit more. So. Yeah, and one thing, not that I have a better memory than the Master Chief, but while he was talking, I used my BlackBerry to look it up. So for those who want to go to the Sailor of the Year banquet a week from Friday, it's $25 for E7 and above and $20 for E6 and below. And Chief Pickett, YNC Pickett, working in NAF admin is a good place to buy tickets. So there's a
Awesome.
couple other people I think who can sell tickets, but if all else fails, just go to the admin office in the NAF building. And as he said, you can buy tickets by end of tomorrow. Should be a
Okay.
good event, so hopefully we can get a good turnout from the Navy crowd to honor all the sailors from the different Navy commands who did great work last year. So.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. They get a shiny award.
They do. I think in many cases, some of them have probably already gotten those awards. In the Navy, and I think it's similar in the Air Force, is different command structure that you're marching up. They compete at higher levels, and in many cases, will when they don't succeed at that higher level, we'll give them the award that they got
okay.
from the lower level. But at a minimum, we'll get them all up in front of the Navy crowd and recognize them so that. Because most of those awards are given out within the individual commands, and now it's a good opportunity for the entire Navy community to see the outstanding sailors from each of the commands that we may not interface with on a daily or weekly basis. So,
Good stuff.
yeah, should be good. And another plug. So I'm just continuing the plug theme from Master
is the
Chief.
theme.
The Credo workshops. Don't ask me what Credo stands for, but it does involve personal resiliency and marriage enrichment. So those are two things for Credo. It's a good couple of opportunities to work on some personal skills. So I'd ask anybody who's interested in either one of those to get with our Chaplain Hicks, over at the NAF building. And,
Now that you have a chaplain.
Yes, exactly. And the personal resiliency retreat will be a one-day event, so working hours on a Monday and a Tuesday. Two separate events, so
Okay.
two separate workshops, and I think about 25 seats there. And then for the marriage enrichment, that'll be a 2-day event, but not an overnight, so it'll just be during normal working hours.
Okay.
And I think already there's a couple people signed up. Shortly he'll open up to Air Force as well. We do send a fair amount of sailors to the personal resiliency and marriage events that they do over there. So he should be opening that up shortly. But also we'd like to get as many sailors in there and into the personal resiliency retreat and as many sailor spouses we can in the marriage enrichment. But
Right.
shortly, like I said, be open to any Air Force people that are interested as well. So.
Oh, okay.
And that will be happening. What date you ask? Not next week, but the week after. I don't have a calendar in front of me, so whatever that translates
The
to.
week after next will be. Oh, well, that'll be the end of February, so that's February 22nd.
Yes, yeah, the week of the 22nd. So, so if you're interested, please talk to Chaplain Hicks, and he can help you sign up for that.
Most excellent. Good stuff right there. I always talk about improvement and how it's good to improve your life and yourself.
Right, yeah, absolutely, and that's why it's good to have a Navy chaplain. So we get a lot of good support from the Fighter Wing Chapel, but now we can start expanding our programs and I think open it up a little bit more as well to the Air Force because we get a little bit more capacity with Chaplain Hicks here. So good opportunity. So
Awesome.
And speaking of good opportunities, the Compass, which we do. That probably about twice a year. So it's a program for Navy spouses. I think all married active duty are guilty of probably not telling the full story to your spouse. So you try to remember, by the time you get home, you sometimes forget. And so, this Compass is a 3-day program, March 8th through 10th, where we'll have some spouses, some experienced Navy spouses who'll be facilitators for the program, and they're going to run through the full gamut of Navy programs. Talking about LESs and retirement programs, and all the different. I guess probably primarily focused in on entitlements and making sure that the spouses understand the different programs that are available to them and to their active duty sponsor. Things that are all good info. And I, as I advertise it to the sailors in my command, I joke with them that many of them probably should go through Compass as well because. In many cases, it's not that they don't tell their spouses about it. In many cases, it's things that they learned in boot camp and have forgotten by now. So even if you're a spouse who's been married to a sailor for quite some time, it's still a good program to go through because you may have heard about these programs at one point in time and forgotten, or maybe some of these programs are something that apply to you after your spouse retires,
Right.
and so it might be a good refresher on some of those programs as you start thinking about retirement and what you all are going to do and how you need to set yourself up for that. So please think about signing up for that program March 8th through 10th, and that'll certainly be just during working hours. They very much structure it to be able to facilitate getting kids off to school and then being home before they get back from school. So.
Oh, that is definitely good stuff. The Navy always seems so supportive of each other, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's what I can't remember what one of our former CNOs his phrase was. We recruit sailors, we retain families. So that's I think drives a lot of our programs and the focus there.
Very nice. Good stuff.
Also have the advancement exams coming up, so it's a difficult time to study. I think lots of things over the holidays. Well, right now it's probably good. I mean, cold weather, stuck inside, so hopefully everybody's studying up. But just remind everybody to buckle down and try and get through the bibs and a few more study items. Looking at the profile sheets from last time and make sure you're studying the right stuff, and then cooperate to graduate as well. So group studying is good as well. Don't lock yourself in a room and study, and then you'll find yourself studying the wrong stuff, or maybe not be sharing some of the expertise that somebody may have who served on a different ship or in a different squadron and worked on some of the different systems that you're still testable on. So start March 3rd with the E6s and progressing through the month. So good luck to everybody, and buckle down in the last bit of studying here.
That's always so crazy to me, by the way, because the Air Force, we can't do study groups.
Well, you can't?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the most effective in any academic environment. Effective studying techniques is studying as a group, just talking to stuff, quizzing each other, talking through things. That's one of the primary ways that our sailors learn their jobs on ships is through OJT, which is essentially group study. So just making sure that everybody is talking and really, I mean, you got, at the end of the day, you got to be able to do it yourself, and so you got to be able to study hard and take the test yourself. It's a single or individual event at that point, but as I said, for a lot of the rates, they're testable. You may be an AD who worked on props, but they're still going to test you on jet engines. And so if you've never served in a jet squadron, it helps to talk to somebody who's worked on jets before, so that they can help you bring the books and the material to life. So
That makes sense to me. I'm totally cool with that personally.
So one plug from Senior Delcor as well. So he's our voting assistance officer, and he continues to remind me to talk at every opportunity about voting this year. So it is, you should vote every year, really, but this is the big year, I think, where we really double down on reminding everybody to register and vote. So it depends a lot upon the state that you're a resident of. For me, it's Florida, and it's extremely easy. As long as you get a driver's license there, you can go through the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles and just register online. It's extremely easy. The other states may be a little bit more difficult, but and you may have missed, particularly if you're a resident of New Hampshire and you haven't registered yet, you already missed your opportunity to vote in the
Yes.
primaries. But there's still, in most states, going to be a couple more voting events, in particular the November elections themselves, and there's still time to register for those. So please get out and find out how to register if you haven't already, and make sure you participate in one of the great events in our nation.
Definitely. It's very important.
And President's Day coming up on Monday, so 3-day weekend for the official holiday weekend. So it's well, started off just with the fact that President's Day really, I think, went back to George Washington's birthday. I think technically it still is George Washington's birthday. We call it President's Day just to kind of recognize the other great presidents we had, as well as the fact that when we decided to make it a 3-day weekend instead of just February 22nd every year,
Right.
It couldn't really be George Washington's birthday anymore. So normally I like to talk a little bit about the event that created the holiday. Kind of odd in this one, but still, I think the good connection is that he was a military officer before he was president. So one of our great military officers. So good opportunity, if nothing else, to think about the history of the Revolutionary War and what it meant and what he did, prior to becoming president, but certainly within our military and setting a good tone that led to the victory. So, but more importantly, more relevant for us, it's a good opportunity to get out and enjoy the local community. So make sure that you're doing it with good Liberty options and a good plan ahead of time.
Yes.
I had my own list, but then I saw your list sitting over here on the table. So you got a couple good options. There's a sale over at the club for a lot of outdoor gear. So you got that option. That's on Saturday and Sunday. You got a soccer tournament on Saturday, which I think you might. I guess you could still register through tomorrow. Valentine's Day, so with a dinner at the club Saturday night and a brunch on Sunday morning. So you guys got a lot of stuff that I'm sure you'll plug throughout the day today and tomorrow. So please pay attention to that. There's much better things to do than wandering out into the bars right outside the gate.
Yes.
I mentioned the festivals last time. Sapporo ends today. It's ending right now. So if you didn't already go, then you're out of luck. You're gonna have to wait till next year. But there's still plenty of festivals going on in the local area. So unfortunately, the weather forecast, I think, is supposed to get a little bit warm.
It's going to get up to like 50.
On Saturday, I think it is, and then Sunday. Sometimes Sunday we'll probably have a cold front come back through and it'll cool back down. But hopefully these festivals are still in good shape. I think most of these festivals will have the standard booths and other entertainment independent of the actual sculptures they may have. So still worth getting out there. Lake Tawada is ongoing and will go through the end of February, and they have fireworks every night. Also have Hirosaki is starting up today and goes through Sunday night. So that's a lantern festival. Plan to go to that one myself. Can't really speak to what it is other than it's here we go. Hirosaki Castle. I'm already studying up for my weekend travel. And it's relatively close, so that's a good festival as well, and should have plenty of things to do even during the daytime. But they also will have fireworks at night. We got the Namahage Seido Festival in Oga City. I have little girls, so I'm not going to this one. But apparently, this one is a great festival with a very long history, designed to. With some scary people dressing up in scary costumes to
Oh.
scare the kids into being good for the rest of the year. So, heard good reviews from the people who have gone. It is a long drive, so you really do need to plan that one well. But that is going on this weekend. So if you haven't already made a plan, it might be hard, but certainly something to be interested in as well. And then next weekend, the Hachinohe in Buri Festival, which is not a snow festival in and of itself, but it is a winter festival, and
Right.
it's one of the Shinto festivals designed oriented around wishing for a good harvest. So that one also has a very long history. Don't know 800 years is what my sheet says here, and with dancers and very festive and emotional, with a bunch of teams competing to be recognized as the best in Buri team. So right down there in Hachinohe next weekend. So like I said, have some good plans. Don't wait until Friday afternoon to decide your only plan is to stumble out to the bars outside the gate. So.
Yes, there is so much more out there. Definitely.
And let's see. So the only other thing I wanted to hit today is just Black History Month. So a number of events have already happened, and we
Right.
still have some events ongoing. So great month to recognize all the great stuff that's been done by African Americans in our history and how they've contributed. So please take some time. The African American Heritage Association has a number of events going on. And so take a look at their flyer, which has been circled around. We'll also have, and I think other units are doing as well. We'll have a small
Right.
one at NAF next Wednesday to recognize some of the contributions as well. So a good opportunity to recognize all that stuff and enjoy and embrace the history.
Awesome. That is, wow, we covered a lot of good stuff this time.
Yeah, I had a lot more time to talk. So once again, I'll lean on Senior Delcor to get some more talkative people next time, because I think everybody wants to listen to other people, not me. So,
I'm okay with it, but thank you so much for coming in, Captain Henry.
nope, thanks for having us.
Yay! So this ends our captain's call, but don't worry, they are here every second Thursday of the month like clockwork. Right now, we're going to go to some Lady Gaga and continue the morning breakdown right here on the Eagle 1575.